Hey, Rhoda, welcome back. Today, today we're diving deep, into the career of a true fencing icon, Lee Kiefer.
Oh, yeah. She's
This isn't just about medals.
right.
Those are
Definitely impressive.
impressive, but about understanding what makes her tick.
Yeah, like what makes her her?
She's a three-time Olympic champion,
Yeah.
the most decorated U.S. women's foil fencer ever.
It's crazy.
And get this, a medical student on top of it all.
It's that last part
Right.
that always gets me.
It's
Would
that-
think the pressure of competing at that level would be enough, but she's clearly operating on a different plane of existence when it comes to dedication.
It makes you wonder if she's found some secret time turner or something.
Yeah.
But seriously, where do we even begin with her accomplishments? I mean, World Cup victories, Pan-American domination, and of course those Olympic golds.
Let's start with Tokyo, becoming the first American to win individual foil gold. That's not just a win, it's a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the U.S. is a force to be reckoned with on the world stage in a sport historically dominated by Europeans.
And then she does it again in Paris. Back-to-back Olympic gold.
You does that?
That's the stuff of legends.
Unbelievable.
But let's not forget those Pan-American Games,
Oh, yeah, how could we?
where she's won 3 straight individual titles. Has anyone ever done that in NOI weapon?
And not that I'm aware of, it shows incredible consistency, not just talent. To stay at the top of your game for that long in a sport as mentally and physically demanding as fencing, it's almost superhuman.
It's like she's cracked the code for peak performance. And speaking of superhuman, how does she balance all of that with med school? I can barely manage to do laundry between work and well life.
Right. I know what you mean.
Like how?
It's a question that baffles even those who study elite athletes. It's not just time management. It's about mental compartmentalization focus and maybe a sprinkle of that Kiefer family magic. After all, her husband Garrick Meinhardt isn't just a supportive spouse. He's an Olympic bronze medalist himself.
Okay, so maybe fencing success is contagious. They met through the sport. Her siblings, Alexandra and Axel, are international competitors. Even her dad, captain of the Duke fencing team. It's like this incredible legacy they're building together.
It's fascinating how much environment plays a role. They've all pushed each other, learned from each other, created this incredibly supportive and competitive ecosystem. You can't underestimate the impact of having that kind of shared passion, especially at such a high level.
And it seems like they haven't let the success go to their heads. I mean, there's the Lee Kiefer Garrick Meinhardt Award at Notre Dame given to a fencer who shows selflessness and humility. That speaks volumes about their values, don't you think?
Absolutely. It suggests that for them, fencing isn't just about winning, it's about character development, sportsmanship, and giving back to the community. It's a legacy that extends far beyond the pist.
Which makes her pre-competition ritual of eating a big meal even more endearing. Apparently, she was too nervous to eat when she was younger, so now she makes sure to fuel up beforehand.
It's a reminder that even the most decorated athletes are human. They have nerves, they have quirks, they find ways to cope with pressure. And for Kiefer, it seems like food is her secret weapon, both literally and figuratively.
But whatever her secret is, it's clearly working. With her sights set on the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of Lee Kiefer's brilliance.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And speaking of brilliance, I've been meaning to ask you, have you noticed how Kiefer seems to thrive in those high-stakes moments? It's like the pressure fuels her performance.
It's true. I remember watching her gold medal match in Tokyo. She was trailing, the tension was palpable, and then boom, she turns it around with this incredible display of skill and determination.
Wow.
It was incredible.
That's what separates the good from the great. It's not just about talent, it's about mental fortitude. Being able to stay calm, focused, and even aggressive under that kind of pressure, that's a rare quality.
It makes you wonder how much of that is innate and how much is learned. I mean, she's been competing at high levels since she was a kid, so maybe she's just built differently.
There's definitely a natural aptitude there, but you can train your mind just like you train your body. And I think that's where her medical background might come into play.
Oh, that's interesting. Are you thinking about the discipline and focus required in medicine?
Exactly. Med school is notorious for its demanding workload and the need for precision and attention to detail. Those skills translate beautifully to fencing, where split-second decisions and strategic thinking can make all the difference.
So it's not just about understanding anatomy, but about developing a certain mental toughness that benefits her in both arenas.
Precisely. It's like cross-training for your brain. And let's not forget the physical demands of both professions. Surgeons need incredible stamina and hand-eye coordination qualities that are essential for a fencer as well.
It's almost like she's found this perfect synergy between her two passions. And it's not just both her parents are doctors, too. Is there something in the water over at the Kiefer household?
Maybe it's the power of shared values. The emphasis on education, hard work, and pushing yourself to excel those are things that can be passed down and instilled from a young age.
And it's clearly created a strong support system for her. She's spoken about how her family has always been her biggest cheer squad, even when they're competing against each other.
That's the beauty of a family united by a common passion. They can celebrate each other's successes while still pushing each other to be better. And, of course, we can't forget her husband, Garrick Meinhardt, who's been by her side throughout this incredible journey.
Their love story is pretty amazing.
Oh, tell me about it.
They met through fencing, became Olympic teammates,
Yeah.
and now they're both at the top of their game, supporting each other every step of the way. It's like a real-life fairy tale.
And it speaks to the power of shared experiences. They understand the pressures, the sacrifices, the triumphs of competing at that level. It creates a bond that's hard to replicate.
I'm curious, do you remember how they first met?
Oh, gosh. Let me think.
I know it was a while ago.
I believe she mentioned watching him compete in the 2008 Beijing Olympics on her computer in the middle of the night. Talk about a fangirl moment. And to think years later they would not only meet but become Olympic teammates and life partners.
It's a testament to the unexpected turns life can take. And it shows that even the most extraordinary journeys often have humble beginnings.
Speaking of journeys, Lee's journey is far from over. She's already expressed her ambition to compete in the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Imagine the possibility of a three-peat on home soil.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
But even beyond the medals, I'm excited to see what she does next. She's clearly a trailblazer, not just in fencing, but in life.
And a role model for anyone who dreams of pursuing multiple passions. She proves that with dedication and a strong support system, you can achieve incredible things, both on and off the piste.
And before we wrap up this deep dive, a quick shout out to our sponsor, Fencing Family.
If you're looking for unique fencing-themed gifts, look no further than their Etsy shop. They've got everything from apparel to accessories, all handcrafted with love in Los Angeles.
They've been around since 2019 and have amazing reviews. You can find them at fencingfamily.etsy.com. Now back to Lee. It makes you wonder, how does she manage the mental game, especially when facing opponents who may be solely focused on fencing?
That's a great question. It's almost like she has an extra layer of complexity to contend with. Not only the physical and tactical demands of the bout, but also the mental juggling act of two demanding worlds.
Do you think that gives her an edge, or could it be a distraction?
Well, it's hard to say for sure, but my guess is that it ultimately strengthens her mental game.
How so?
Because it forces her to be incredibly disciplined and efficient with her time and energy. She has to prioritize focus and compartmentalize in a way that most athletes don't.
So it's like she's developed this superpower of concentration and focus.
Exactly. And that can be a huge advantage in a sport where mental clarity and strategic thinking are crucial.
I wonder if she ever feels pressure to choose between fencing and medicine.
I'm sure she does, but so far she's managed to find a way to make both work. And honestly, I think that's what makes her story so inspiring.
It shows that you don't have to limit yourself to just one passion. You can pursue multiple paths, even if they seem unconventional or challenging.
And sometimes those seemingly disparate paths can actually complement and enrich each other, leading to even greater success and fulfillment.
So for anyone listening who might be feeling torn between different interests, take a page from Lee Kiefer's book.
Embrace the challenge. Find your own unique balance. And who knows, you might just surprise yourself with what you can achieve.
And with that inspiring thought, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into the remarkable career of Lee Kiefer.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment to appreciate the lessons she's taught us about dedication, perseverance, and the power of pursuing your passions no matter how unconventional they may seem.
Absolutely. And for those looking to add a touch of fencing flair to their lives,
Oh, yeah.
don't forget to check out our sponsor, Fencing Family, on Etsy. Their shop is full of unique and handcrafted fencing-themed apparel and accessories, all made with love in Los Angeles.
You can find them at fencingfamily.etsy.com.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep your blades sharp and your spirits high.